Brainstorm today. You being in the communication line, you're on the front line.
Okay.
Right? So tell us, communication is one thing, but your tone while communicating is everything.
Thank you for that. And as you've shared that, one thing comes to mind. I think more and more people are getting to understand it. We have always known IQ. We say you're smart, you have IQ, you have a high IQ. But now there's EQ. Emotional intelligence. Your ability to understand different emotions of different people you're on at different times. And I think that links to how you communicate or how you show up in different situations. So you may find that you're very smart, but you're not emotionally aware. You're what you call emotionally blind. So you don't know how the tone of your message at any given time. And I will say this applies especially in the corporate space, whereby let's say you're the boss. I still come back to the Christian aspect, but in the corporate space, let's say you're the boss. And you don't want to know if you're passing a bad message or you're communicating something. You don't want to know the mood of whatever you're communicating to the team at that particular time. What is the mood of the company at that particular time? So, and the same happens. And I think looking back to our parents, our grandparents, they were very aware of this. Yes, because you find they had a formula to how some news is communicated. For instance, if it's happy news, this is how it was communicated. If it is sad news, this is how it was communicated. And even looking in the Bible, the story that comes to mind is not hilarious or rather funny, but I laughed because I remembered it's when Jesus walked into the temple and he found people had turned the temple into a marketplace. And these people, I would say spiritually, they were not emotionally aware of the role of the temple. So he goes all over the place and chases them out of the temple. So I think one thing when people say communicate with the tone, there's the aspect that people forget. There's a time you have to be tough, and that has to come out clearly. Even when you're praying, there's a time for tough prayers.
Okay. That's a nice one, eh? Tough
prayers.
Not just prayers.
No, unajua kuna ile maombi unaomba tu pole, God thank you, umenibariki, nashukuru, nimekuwa. Kuna time unaenda kuvunja na kuharibu.
That's warfare now.
Exactly. And you have to know that. Kuna time auendi kucheka na your enemies.
Sio ati unakemea then unasema nakemea katika jina la Yesu.
There's a time for tough prayers.
I like that one. So, tough prayers. Hiyo ndio naondoka nayo leo.
There's a time for soft prayers. There's a time for accommodative prayers. And I think it is Pastor Nganga, he gives this example where he was invited to one of the washirika's home. And the lady starts to pray and prays for long. And then in his classic fashion, he's like, this lady is not going to finish. Opens his eyes and starts eating in the middle of prayer. The lady finishes and he's like, what's happening, mchungaji? And then he's like, maombi ya kula ni kidogo, si ile unakemea kila kitu nini. You know the time and the place. You invited me to share with me, a meal with me. Ingekuwa umeniambia tumekuja kuomba, that's a different. So then there's the day-to-day interpersonal relations, especially in church. That is a tough one. Because people automatically assume that you're born again. You become emotionally aware, or you become emotionally clever. But that's not the reality. Unakuja na mashida zako when you're born again. But now through time, God is able to take you through time and you're able to understand. But you have to be very close to the Holy Spirit for you to shed some of those old behaviors and adopt new ones. Unajua nile unaambiwa you're a new being.
And you know, we are talking, hey, you're in the spirit. We are in the spirit.
People don't know how to shift into that. That's why unaambiwa it's important to have that spiritual father, that spiritual guider, to walk with you with the Spirit, to lead you through that journey. Sometimes ile unaokoka unasema si nimeokoka si hivyo. But there are things that you have to shed off. Ndio maana unaona most of us have to just shed off. Tunatembea nazo tu unasikia.
You know, Hebrews says we have to take off the weight that so easily entangles us.
Exactly.
You know, we must be able to shed it off. Yeah.
Yes, and in that situation unapata mtu amebebana na zile tabia za kitambo za nini, then unasikia then mwingine bado mwenye hajasheda anakuja anasema yani yule bado ni Mkristo na anafanya hivyo. Without looking at huyu mtu bado. But now when you go deep and deep into spirit, you learn to understand people in different situations. You can be going to say something and the Holy Spirit tells you, hold your tongue. I have a friend.
This statement is so deep. Wow.
She's blessed with the spirit of discernment. She can discern things. So when alikuwa naanza hiyo journey, I happened to be close to them. And at the beginning ilikuwa nile anakuambia both the good and the bad. Na fichi anakuambia wewe kesho na Mungu amenionyesha uta have accident utagongana na gari. Then nile with time she grew out of that. She realized some things Mungu anakuonyesha so that you stand in the gap. Sikuonyeshi kuja nikuambia udaku unaona fulani anafanya hivi na hivi na hivi. You're shown to stand in the gap. But now without walking in the spirit you cannot understand that. You'll be like nimeonyesha nikwambie. So with time she has grown into, yes, I can share bad news with you, but kuna vitu anaweza ona Mungu anaweza muonyesha, she just gets into prayer, prays for you. Kuna zingine anaona anakwambia you need to get into prayer, you actually need to go fasting for the next 7 days. That way she won't tell you what's happening, she just instructs you. When you interact with her now versus when, then you'll see the growth. And you see like if this person you met them in the first time, it's different. And she was giving a story the other day. You know, the spirit is blessed for Christians, and the other side also has people who have the ability to see.
True.
And on TikTok right now it is very rampant. And the thing actually when you're saying about the tone, when you go, there are people who just open their lives and they're like, today I'm giving predictions. You can ask me anything, but don't ask me if you're going to get pregnant or something. Things like that. And people just ask any questions. And she was telling me she joined one and she realized this person was tone deaf. We call it that, tone deaf. They ask
tone deaf.
Yes. Someone asks you, am I going to get married? And the person replies, no, in fact you are a very big cheater.
Okay.
You see, when you communicate some of these things, it's like you embed them. Yes, it may be so in the spirit at that particular time, but that is the essence of you being a Christian, because you can go back to God, you cry to them to change the trajectory of where you're headed. It makes you aware of it. See, when the story of David and Bathsheba, when he realized he had sinned and he realized I'm going towards destruction, and he actually now went into prayer to try and change that, Mungu akamwambia sawa,
and the guy cried.
Exactly. So
wept.
I think now hapo tumeruka a little bit deeper kidogo, because
but it's now making sense.
It goes to now when God communicates to you, why is he communicating to you? Why is he telling you that particular thing? Juu kuna ile anaweza kuwa anakwambia yujue my blessings are coming, but kuna ile anaweza ambua your blessings are coming but you need to put in some work. Kuna ile unaambua some bad things are coming your way, but you need to be in fasting and prayer to change this, to change this trajectory, because that is the power that we have, and now that is on a deeper level. Once you start growing spirituality, you understand when God tells us he has made us in his spirit, nile the ability to change and be able to control situations with the power he has given us, going to him, crying to him, and changing situations. Yes. I feel
wow. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I look at these statements and I naona tu evil. Sorry about that. Naichukulia ile ya juu, but I think today I've picked so much, you know, from what you are explaining, and that is very, very deep. I remember, I'm trying to remember where we were, but there's this, you know, I think it was matters, mental wellness and all that. But there's this lady, yeah, now I've remembered where we were. But there's this lady who went to hospital because she was unwell. And of course, they did some tests and scans and all that. So going to see the doctor to collect her results, you know, the doctor tells her, "Madam, sorry, but you have cancer."
Oh.
You know,
yeah.
Evil too. "Madam, sorry,
but you
have cancer. So this lady aliamka, akashika kichwa hivi, and she went out, you know, kaenda huko, kakutana na mgonjwa mwingine, akampiga until now people came, got hold of her, na wakauliza ni vipi, ndio nasema this one is from the doctor's room. So they took her there, you know, calmed her down. And so I think, fine, I have cancer, but I think there's a way this message is supposed to be delivered, and the tone really, really matters. I remember one time I called my doctor one time. That was in 2024, because I've been struggling with something for a very long time, many years. Na nikasema mimi nimechoka. Like you ask me any of these antacids and nitakwambia zote, because so I just got fed up, and I woke up one morning, called the doctor and told him, "Me, I'm coming, and you know what, I'm not leaving the hospital. Stocky, niko hapo mpaka nijue niko na nini." So when they discovered, they did several scans, and one of them ikaonyesha what the thing was, but they didn't know, hawakujua hii kitu ni nini, na wakawa na wasiwasi sana, because pale mahali ilikuwa inawastua. And I remember I had a team of about 4 doctors, kila moja anafanya yake. So this one ambaye alikuwa atafanya hiyo surgery alikuja kwa room, and he sat with me, akaketi na mimi, you know, he just took me through, umekuwa ukisikia nini, kutoka lini, kwani kulikuwa kunaendaje, you know. So mimi nikaeleza, and I think I had psyched myself so well. Me, I was ready, vile watasema ni nini, I was ready, because I was also fed up with hiyo hali. So akaketi na mimi, tukaongea, then mwisho anasema, "Yeah, now I know, but don't worry. Hiyo kitu tumeona, tulikuwa tunafikiria tunaweza tukatumia hii njia hii, but now we'll have to." Tukamwambia, "Go ahead, you know." So akaiwachia hapo. So now they were getting me ready for the surgery. Na akaja daktari mwingine, you know, hivyo tu kama story tu, tukaongea. Ikaisha hivyo, na nikaenda surgery. So ile time ikawa mrefu. Sorry, we are talking long on this one, but this communication thing now I realize it is very, very broad. So after the surgery, nikaona nimeamka. I don't know whether it was after or before, but I was awake. So nikaona watu wamekuja, nimechukuliwa hii. Then I said, oh, please stop. What's up? So the lady who was taking my blood, and all that, akaniambia ngoja tu kidogo. She didn't want to I think she was just being careful on how to communicate some things to me. And she called her colleague, and maybe we need to explain to Pauline what is happening. So this other one said, Pauline, we are this is, we are doing cancer markers. But the way walileta, with a lot of thoughtfulness, let me put it that way, a lot of carefulness and a lot of love, and it didn't hit me, ata siku, when you hear cancer, you're like, oh. So the way they brought it to me, it didn't hit me. So I started rewinding and remembering what these doctors were talking to me, and and I said, wow. So now, talking, saying what you're saying now, I have remembered, the tone, the way you relay that message. You can imagine this one who went, beating other patients and all that. And, the whole thing just went so smooth like that. So, Johnson, you are right. You are right. Communication is so deep, and oh my goodness. What did you say about prayers?
Tough prayers.
I think I love that about tough prayers.
Tough prayers.
Tough prayers.
Yes.
There's a tone that you need to
use at that particular time when you're doing tough prayers. Si kubembeleza.
Oh my God. Let's just take a short break. Then when we come back, we shall read your thoughts, your opinions, and your views about this. But I want you to follow this conversation. It's very interesting. A very interesting one. Let's take a short break.
Brainstorm on Sunday Express Gospel Show. Brainstorm on Sunday Express Gospel Show.
By his own hand, he leadeth me. His faithful follower I would be, for by Nita